What is going on, everybody? I'm Gray.
Wolfman, what's up, people?
Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Part 2 of the Green Inferno. It's movie time, and your soon-to-be favorite commentary track of Gray and Wolfman, basically. For everything. That's what these Part 2s are kind of turned into, with a little off-topic here and there, even though we try to keep it down to a minimum and keep the off-topic stuff in the other one.
And you know, a lot of commentaries, you listen, the movie's always going. At least we give people the option to pause so we're not missing anything of the movie when we do have to kind of go into detail with something. So,
yeah,
that works out pretty well.
We skip over some stuff, but that's not important.
Yeah. Not anything crazy. Now, Wolfman did bring up, we're watching this on Netflix, and normally when we watch something and it streams, it tells you exactly how far in you are. So we could say, oh, we're 25 minutes and 30 seconds in. Well, Netflix does the reverse as the countdown timer or whatever. So as you're watching a movie, it lets you know how much is left in the movie. So preferably watch this on Netflix if you can. If not, do your best to keep up with us. I know it's probably like a lot of math in your head trying to figure out, oh, they got an hour and 22 minutes left, so I have to be 18 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be a little tough. Watch on Netflix. My ice cold Arizona green tea brought to you by Arizona. The flavor. I'm sorry. I'm just practicing for when we do get sponsored. Anything else?
In hopes.
Oh, definitely.
No. I think we're good. I think we should just get right into this
Obviously,
one.
I would hope everyone listened to part 1 before coming
Yeah,
to part 2.
it's true. Yeah.
If you didn't, go listen to it. But if you don't have time right now, go check us out on Patreon. Give us your monies. No, you can donate. You can be a monthly subscriber. Any little bit every month helps. It goes right back into the channel so we can give you guys the best content possible.
Just don't try to give us your children
there.
like the tribe did to Eli Roth and co. We don't want kids either.
Yeah, I don't think Patreon allows the payment method.
No. I just meant in general.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't... This isn't the GrindHaus daycare. Mm-hmm. Don't be dropping your kids off with us.
No.
But, yeah, definitely check us out on Patreon. All of our social media, Slasher app, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Come over, say hi.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
All right.
I got to get it in there.
Yeah, no. And the Discord.
So, oh my God, yeah, the Discord's so fucking fun. I'd recommend that to everyone. Even if you're not on
the Discord app. Is great. Fun time hanging out in the GrindHaus. Plus, every once in a while, if you play video games, you can jump in and chat with us personally while we're playing games. Or if we just decide to go hang out in there and talk one night and we're in the general chat or you want to talk, it's easy for us to almost have like a phone conversation without giving out phone numbers. You can talk with other like-minded people.
Literally the easiest thing.
We put all the links to our videos in there.
So...
We put all the links to our videos, other random stuff, pictures and videos, and all the funness that goes on in there. It's no holds bars for the most part. The only rule is don't be a douchebag.
Yeah, don't be bringing that drama shit with you.
Yeah, keep your religion, politics, and other garbage out, and let's have some fun in there. And don't be a douchebag. Those are the only rules. The only rules are there are no rules. No, I'm just kidding.
Rule number 1, there are no rules. Rule number 2, wipe your feet at the door.
See number rules. No, rule number 2. See rule number 1.
Yeah.
Rule number 3.
So,
disregard rule number 1 and 2.
Rule number 4,
buddy?
Edit. There are some rules.
Yes. What are you doing?
Again, we're on Netflix right now. The Green Inferno, and we are at 1 hour and 59 seconds left into the movie. So go ahead and find your spot. We'll give you about 5 seconds.
Stop licking my feet. Sorry, doggo's licking my feet.
Okay. And we hit play in 3, 2, 1. Fuck. We start off with the silence. Crickets chirping.
Worldview Entertainment. Sorry, I went by too quick. I didn't see it. Flies buzzing.
Dragon.
Apparently my subtitles are on, so. Flies buzzing.
Are you going to keep them on?
Yes.
Okay.
Just for shits and giggles. I am going to turn the volume down because it's fucking cranked.
Yeah, I got mine a little loud too, but I actually have an earpiece in tonight, so. We open up with a shot of, obviously, the rainforest, and you seeing the nice foliage, you seeing, you know, the...
By the way, our feet are
barefoot
much
on the
nicer
ground.
than their feet, so for $50, I'll
Again.
send you those feet pictures.
$50 per feet, so...
Per foot.
The first people we see are these indigenous people. It's an old guy. He's got like the bamboo skewers going through his nose and his chin. And they're walking through the forest, and they come across this giant bulldozer. Just
Backhoe.
We talked
It's a
about
backhoe tearing down trees. And I thought they kind of gave it some animal sound a little bit, almost like roaring, like a little bit. I thought they kind of dubbed some noise over. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was like a cool little...
Yeah, you know... It's funny how many sound effects, like explosions and machinery, they add sounds that normally you wouldn't hear, but it makes it work. Like, have you noticed how many storms in movies have like a lion's roar, like thunder rolls? It's like, you know what I mean?
Sort of, yeah.
It's just like a sound design secret, I guess. Like when you watch the movie Twister, I've never heard a tornado, but I doubt it sounds like that.
Pause your movie for a second, then unpause it.
Pause it?
Then unpause it.
Unpause.
I was making mine full screen. I was going to try to brighten the screen just a touch because it was so dark. Because, you know, otherwise it just glares off my face, everything, and with my monitor.
It radiates, yeah.
Just so bright. That's why half our videos you'll see me, I look like you can't even see my face. It's so goddamn bright. I have to turn my screen all the way down. I'm so white. I'm like the only white. Yeah, I'm like the fucking the sun.
Sometimes I feel like I'm doing a review with powder. You know,
Mm-hmm.
But
Exactly.
you have more hair.
Lightning fingers.
I would say they have a helicopter shot here, but realistically, it's probably a drone because tons of drones are being used in cinema nowadays to get these aerial shots. And
do you think
it's
they were
beautiful,
droning
obviously.
back then though? You think it's
Yeah.
more
Oh my
more
God!
now?
What 8-10 years ago? This is 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is honestly, it's probably one of those Black Magic or Red Cinema cameras because they're only like that big, and they put the drone and the lens on it, and then they just send it up.
I don't know. I feel like it just would have been stock helicopter footage, but I mean, yeah, could have been.
Yeah, could have been. And then we jump to every safe zone in America, basically a college campus where they're having a protest. What the fuck else is new? Even in 2013, this shit was happening.
I mean, it's just kind of comes in and out.
It does.
That's what that
It's
movie
phases, I
from
think.
like 92 or 93 or 94, whatever one of those years, PCU was all about.
Yeah.
Politically correct university it stood for. It's good comedy, good fun. Makes fun of everything and everything.
And even in the late 60s, the Vietnam War, every major college campus in America was having protests. You know?
Biodome had a lot of protesting in it.
Yes. Yep.
Like it was like the early 90s protesting became a thing again, and then by the 2000s it disappeared again, and then now it's back in like
So hopefully
the 2000 little after 2010. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. We'll see. It kind of goes in 15-year cycles, maybe. I want to say.
That's fair. Oh shit, where are you, time-wise?
135:29 and counting.
Okay, I'm only a second behind. I turned my subtitles on because I had to turn it down.
And then it paused it for a second.
Huh? No, I didn't. I'm just. You don't have to pause it. We're close
No,
enough.
no, I said did it pause it for a second so you got.
Oh, it
when you
did.
hit the
It did.
subtitle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I went to
That's what I
turn
was
on
saying.
audio
Yeah,
subtitles.
that's what happened to me. I went to make it full screen and it paused it on me. So anyway,
It's so
we see
weird.
our two main, well, not main, but you see the first two girls of the movie so far, and they're talking about they're still on hunger strike and they're not going to eat, or the one wasn't, and the other was like taunting everyone.
Yeah.
Bagel.
Holding up that
Yeah.
bagel. Yeah.
She said something offensive to some or whatever, and some lady turned. She's like, "It's okay, I'm Jewish." She just yelled at her Jewish star. Like, I didn't
The
catch it because
little
we were
Star
talking.
David.
Yeah, but it's just it was something meant in jest.
Yeah. And right now they're back at the college campus and they're outside staring at, of course, the acoustic douchebag playing Wonderwall at the protest.
And then jealous girlfriend came up and gave him a kiss because girls were staring over at the protest people.
Yep. And then we go to your modern day professor at most universities, talking about feminist, culture, if you will.
Feminist studies.
And
That's
yeah,
probably what
studies.
the course is called. Feminist studies. They were showing how they cut the clit off with a sharpened stone or broken glass. It's
Genital
like a
mutilation.
female rite of passage in a lot of these
Yeah.
countries. And they're saying basically they're bound until the wounds heal, if they heal at all. A lot of the women die because of infection and bleeding out. It's just fucked up.
It's what happens when you cut
Cultural
the
thing.
genitals of somebody with a piece of onyx, you know?
Yeah.
Jesus
Basically.
Christ. Then we find out that the brown hair girl has a father who's a lawyer at the UN. So obviously they're going to go and sue these indigenous people? Is that the plan? Fuck out of
I
here.
don't know. Maybe bring the law in to stop this.
You know, it's fucked up because you would think the people who are protesting would also be the same people who would be saying things like, we have to leave these people be and let them have their culture and let them, but then they're also fighting that they shouldn't be doing the things they're doing. Like, what is the battle that you're gonna pick, you know? So he's given a guy from the class comes out, gives her a flyer for their whole little, protest thing. And he said it was from the,
Alejandro.
the guy, Alejandro.
Yeah, who she was.
I was actually going to call him Liam Gallagher. Noel. So basically she's not a protester. She thinks the guy's hot. And that's like the whole gist of the movie. Like, she gets in this predicament because she's thinking with her
chasing
twat.
that dick.
Yup. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and their group is just called Acting or whatever. It was just kind of funny. It's just because that's what a lot of these people. I mean, there are a lot of people that legitimately protest for the right reasons, but let's be honest, not everyone there is for the right reason. They're just doing it to fit in with the crowd, or they're a wolf in sheep's clothing trying to take advantage of someone else because they're a scumbag, and they make all the people that are protesting for the right reason. Look
But
bad,
that's the
basically.
problem with a lot of these protest groups. A lot of the problems come from people who are going in there with alternative motives.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, when they go to college, when these kids go to college, they're 18, 19 years old. They're young, they're still impressionable, they want to fit in, and they choose a group that they may not necessarily know much about. That's why the voting age should be raised to 21.
Oh God!
just
Did
like
you-
alcohol
not
and
to get too
tobacco.
political, but did you hear they're trying the crazies are trying to
I
get
know.
dropped to 16? I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! It's ridiculous.
Dude.
It's ridiculous.
No 16-year-old in this country should have the power to vote.
A 16-year-old
I'm
should barely be able to drive. Never mind, like they're actually not allowed to in
Well,
some places.
states are raising it
Yeah.
to 18.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, so she's
don't
having
get it,
dinner
man.
with her or lunch with her UN dad, and they're talking about her little new activism group and random stuff, and
She also brought.
well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize the other girl was with them. All of a sudden, they just panned to
Yeah.
the other girl, like she just like appeared. She's the random homeless girl that just like showed up because
Yeah,
she's
like,
definitely looking
what's her
super
name?
punk rock and strung out. Like that's
yeah,
that
she
Sky
brought
girl.
one of Demi Lovato's used tampons to lunch with her. Basically, this what this
I was totally
late
thrown
girl
off.
looks like.
Yeah.
Now we have Alejandro speaking at this little meeting, talking about what they have to do to save the rainforest. Now, saving the rainforest has been around as for activists for a long time. It's not something new.
No, and it is
People have
something
been
good though.
saying
I
save
will
the
I will
rainforest
say it's
for
a good
years.
idea. We should save the rainforest. I agree with
Absolutely.
it because it's basically it's like the largest wooded area in the entire world.
Don't quote me on this, but I want to believe like 70% of the world's oxygen is produced
something like that.
from
It's something
the
ridiculous.
rainforest.
Yeah, it's over 50%. Just put it that way. It's over half is all produced. If we wipe out the fucking rainforest, like we're totally screwed. But our air is going to get thinner. It's not going to be filtered as good. It's just pollution, yada yada yada. It's just
And not as much air is going to be produced, so more carbon monoxide.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
going to end up.
That's
That's what I'm saying. It's going to have thinner oxygen levels. It's going to be filthier air. It's going to be it's going to be like living in fucking certain cities in China where you can't see, or L.A. You know what I mean? Like the best thing that happened about COVID is fucking L.A. You can breathe again apparently.
yeah. No, I mean
the fucking smog cleared
up.
Like it's fucked up as it is. Like we might have actually, with COVID, saved like a few years of
existence.
Yeah, because they say that no matter what, we hit the turning point, the tilting point where we can't save our planet anymore unless we can figure a way to reverse damage, which they don't. In now tech and any future tech, they don't think is going to be possible, unfortunately.
Right.
But who knows? Elon Musk will figure something out.
What?
With his alien brain.
I hate this. I hate to say this right now because we're not even really talking about the movie.
There's nothing
much,
really going on right this second. They were just arguing a little bullshit, and
she stormed out of the meeting. I guess she was called out on her bullshit, and now it's the next day, and she's coming up on Alejandro. She wants to apologize, but
suck your dick, Alejandro.
Can I just say, and I said this earlier, that Eli Roth cannot do Tarantino like Tarantino. His exposition and setup to the action is never as interesting as what Tarantino would do.
Which is why I thought Hostel was boring as shit the first time I watched it until the second half. And even then I was just like, I was so bored. But then when I started watching it again and I watched it a third time, I noticed all the little things more in the film, the cinematography, and little, it just was a different headspace. Was looking at movies a different way. But I shouldn't have to look at a movie like that. I should be entertained regardless.
Well, it should. Yeah. It should suck you in from the first viewing.
And that's kind of what happens with this one, honestly. When I watch this
that,
too, this movie never sucked me in. It never, like the beginning, just kind of like the first 45 minutes, basically, in a way.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing, though. Like, how many people do not rewatch movies because they've watched the first time, they didn't have that impression, and then they just never decided to go back? I mean, there's tons of movies out there that are like that, but the good movies can hook you in from the beginning.
And then they only get better with time, where the mediocre ones maybe will hook you in a little more later, but they don't become amazing movies like another movie would that has these little things on top of being generally just
it might have been sustainable the first time you watched it, but it's not sustainable after multiple viewings. So they're having another meeting, and basically everybody at this meeting is going to be part of the group that makes it down to the jungle. The first meeting seemed like to have more people, but this seems to be like the initial group of everyone that's kind of traveling.
Everything weeds itself out. Like everyone comes to see what it's about, and then the next meeting, it's more of a all right, these people are going to actually do it. You know what I mean? Like, it weeds out a lot. And then they're talking about how
Yeah.
they're going to have 15 sites, but they got to steal the military satellite. They got to hack into it. It's this big ordeal. The local fucking military. Now she's getting confronted by Alejandro's girlfriend to make sure she's there for the right reason. So there was a good amount going on here, but it's just not. It's not portrayed the way it should. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. I don't know.
Everything,
but it's not
in
the
this
actor's
movie,
fault.
how
It's
it
just
plays
bad
out
writing.
Would
It's
have
not.
played
It's
out
not
fine
them.
without that stuff.
Yeah, like it. But what I just want to make sure people understand, it's not the actor's fault or the actress's. It's just bad
You
writing.
work with what you're given.
You know, it's
yeah.
yeah. Not everything is on them.
Like I understand how important it is to set up.
I do want their
character
pizza
development.
though. I miss big giant slices of pizza like that.
That was a giant slice. No, I understand how important it is to set up character development so you actually have a connection to the characters you're watching. But there's ways of going about it that it's either forced or it's natural. I feel all of this right now is forced just to eat up a little bit of time before we get to what we need to get to.
We just want to be at the
like
torture porn already.
I enjoy this movie so much, I can look past the initial 18 to 20 minutes. I know they don't make it to the actual jungle, whatever they said, to like 45 minutes in or whatever. But yeah, the first 20 minutes of this movie, they kind of drag a little, in my opinion.
It's kind of crazy to like how strung out and crackheady this girl looks.
That's what I'm saying.
I just thought it was like my dark screen or whatnot, but I really think she is. Because she doesn't look like this in other pictures. She actually is a pretty girl. But she just looks like major junkie girl, man. Like, I don't know if it was done on purpose or maybe this girl just has a rough life. I don't know.
No, I'm saying like in this movie, maybe in this time of her life, it looks like that she's either on heroin or that she's taking too much Ambien and she looks tired all the time because literally she looks fucking beat.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like a heroin junkie if I ever seen one, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. I can point them out.
Yeah, I know.
So they're getting off the plane. Nice little airstrip out in the middle of the jungle. Well, not in the middle of the jungle, but like in another
Look at this fucking
South
drug
American
dealing
country.
looking guy at this plane.
Yep.
Alejandro, hey.
Yeah, Juan Pablo Escobar over here.
Hey, thanks for bringing these kids in so I can fly cocaine in and out without people realizing. Yay.
This guy is basically like, if we looked at 10 guys and we said which one has roofies in his pocket, it would be this guy.
Oh yeah, he's totally Quagmire. He's got a plane and roofies, and he's saying hi to all the girls and being very affectionate with them. Yeah.
We kiss here. It's like a tradition. No, that's an Italian thing, motherfucker. That's a European thing. That is not a South American thing.
I stick one finger in and check. That's how we're...
Yeah.
It's tradition here.
Oh, now they're eye fucking her.
Everyone is.
And this is where we get a little bit more of the introduction to the characters as individuals, not just protesters, but their actual, their quirks, if you will. We have the whitest black guy I've seen in about 10 years in this guy with the plaid shirt. We have Seth Green's younger brother. Looks like we have a couple pill poppers here.
Small planes make me nervous. Like we're gonna crash.
That's what.
Let's take our pills.
Small planes though, like I've never been on a plane. Have you ever? Yeah, you've flown. You've been on.
Yeah. Not in a plane. Not in a plane this small. No.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd be nervous or not. Honestly, I like flying, but I've never been anything this small. I don't know. This is one of those things you can't say until you've actually done it.
That's what I'm saying. She's like, small planes make me nervous.
But a lot of these girls seem to, like, they know they've done this a bunch of times already.
Right.
You know what I
That
mean?
could be
So
it. Every time that
yeah,
they go do something like this. Yep.
yeah.
Hey,
There's the little
there's
thing.
Brad
Yeah,
Pitt.
yeah. See, it's so subtle that you don't notice. But I think he said
Yeah,
something, even
that's.
though you're not really paying attention to that.
Oh, well, that other one was named Madonna.
I think the other one was
And there's
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
Yeah, right. All right, I did see that right. Right. They did say MacGyver. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Madonna, MacGyver, Brad Pitt. These South American people definitely don't get our entertainment for about 15 years after we're done with it. I'm just waiting for the
Hey
driver
man,
of this rickshaw to be like, "Where's the beef?"
that's like
You know?
that's like. I was actually thinking about that from Eurotrip. Miami
Yeah.
Vice, #1 TV show.
Yeah.
Later on, he shows up in like a generally painted like weird car, like with the Dixie
Actually,
horn.
your forwarder sounded like Borat.
Well, he was like Eastern European, so that's what he sounded like.
Yeah.
That guy. Miami Vice, #1 TV show. Hey,
My
where's
sister,
the beef?
number 4 prostitute.
So there's just it's
Rocky
typical
4.
like not quite a montage, but almost a montage. The music playing, they're on these little scooter things, taking pictures, touring, making light of the movie. They try to make it like they try to give it the Hostel treatment a little bit, because the second half is going to be fucked
Yep.
up. So they're trying to make it all fun and energetic a little bit in the beginning.
Yep. This, I would draw the comparison, not necessarily, but like Cannibal Ferox, where there is a little bit more humanism to the movie before it gets, where it gets to.
Humanized, yeah,
And,
that's the word I was looking. Yeah, that's a good. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, they're eating in a restaurant, and, they're still getting bitten by bugs, and they're still, obviously. It's a nice restaurant, but you can tell they're in a different country, obviously.
This girl's like freaking out because they're talking about how the yellow fever isn't like they have to get vaccinated for it, but you can still get the disease possibly when you get bit by the bug. And she's like, "Don't tell me that," because she's freaking out because she just got bit by a mosquito. And so she just like grabs the spray can from him and just sprays the shit out of herself. She makes herself all nice and shiny.
Now, the one guy, the Seth Green's brother, the guy gave him a bag of pot, and he's like, "How much?" And he's like, "Oh, it's on me," which is always a bad sign because a good drug dealer will always charge you. If they don't charge you, they want something else. And the girlfriend went around throwing around T-shirts, and the other guy said, "All right, give me your phones." Now, when is it ever a good idea for everybody in a group to hand over their phone?
Never. I agree, never. But they are going through militarized areas, so it sort of makes sense. But if I have to go through an area like that, you're not getting my phone.
Right. Or don't put me in that area in the first place. Like, I would be a terrible journalist because if they sent me over to like the Middle East or whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't have this, you can't have that," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna stay home. I never want to be put in that situation."
Now it's kind of trying to guilt trip everyone. No one forced you to come here. You don't have to join us if you want to deal with these militias. Yeah, if they kill one of us, they have to kill us all. We have power in group and numbers. Trust me, I don't think they have an issue killing any of you.
Yeah,
You're just.
You guys aren't coming like 200 deep. There's like 18 of you.
No problem whatsoever.
I guess I'd hate to say this, but I guess we're coming up to like the industrials area of the Peru. Like you see like the trucks and the shipments, the boats. So this is
it's a shipping shipping trading area.
Yeah, like a market kind of bay. But this is probably a more realistic look at what Peru is like. Yeah, they do have the downtown area where like they got nice restaurants and stuff, but 90% of it, if it's not jungle, it's like this. So they're all trying to stay together in a group as they are running for, looks to be a boat.
Yeah.
but they're having a little trouble because it's a congested area. So they're getting on 2 separate boats, I believe.
I just caught that. What are they saying?
Yeah.
What are they saying? I don't know. It's Quechua. They're like, what's Quechua? She's a singer, making fun
She's
of
a singer.
Keisha or whatever her name is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. Honestly, I've heard the name now, but when I watched this originally, I probably had no idea who the fuck she was because I'm not a.
Yeah.
Enough years go
Pop-
by, you hear more names. I'm not a pop culture person, so
Yeah.
not at
and
all.
I think Kesha's popular time was like from like early 2010s. So I wouldn't have known it either. I know it now because of like I think a
That's what I'm
lawsuit
saying.
that she went through.
Enough time goes by, shit happens, scandals. Eventually, you hear something but like I wouldn't have known who she was, especially when she's popular. Like I just found out who Demi Lovato was recently, like within the past year.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So I mean, and it's only because I think Joe Rogan brought it up on his podcast, and that's
That's how we get like 90% of our.
that's how I get most of my. It's just random YouTube videos and Joe Rogan stuff and random.
Yep.
You know, like someone else in a group setting says something to me, and I'll be like, all right, I'll take your word on it.
Yeah. So right now they're They're going down the river on their boats,
Motorboating
and
down.
Some of them still have cell phones, but they don't have signal, obviously. And Seth Rogen's brother
here,
said that he's got to
machete.
take a dump.
What's this for? For snakes.
They give him the boat
I'll
driver
take the goddamn machete.
operator gives him a machete.
Soy boy.
'cause he's got to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, the girl grabs the
Yeah, you want the
machete, I
gun
guess, 'cause
instead?
She's got to go to the bathroom. Yeah, let's give him
That's
the
fucking
pistol.
great.
This guy knows
You know,
exactly.
this is hilarious. It's actually more funny now. It's actually funnier than probably when I watched it originally. I'm getting a kick out of this.
It's got funny moments.
Mind your own fucking tree. So now he's got Soy Boy here, who is whiter than me with the fucking computer screen on. It's ridiculous.
Fucking
It's really bad.
pale.
And he's got red haired and
Yep.
he didn't even want. Oh, that's amazing. The spider's gonna bite his wiener.
Oh, and by the way, Eli Roth is known for trying to get away with as much like full frontal nudity as possible. So right now you pretty much get like an inch of the base of the penis and a little bit of the
You see some
sack.
dick root.
And
You see some dick root.
yeah. And then you start hearing some gunfire as he runs out of the forest, shooting the gun and telling him to go.
Oh, what a fucking
tarantula
pathetic
almost
human being
bit
this guy
my
is.
dick.
I mean, I don't like
Oh, and
tarantulas.
you
I don't
see-
like spiders, but I'm not gonna freak out about fucking shooting it. I know a tarantula.
I've had
Tarantulas don't pose any threat to you. They're just big and scary, and you don't want to deal with them.
Dude, I've had multiple tarantulas. I used to handle them and perform with them. They're fine. I've gotten bitten once and it was my fault. But it wasn't bad. So of
Some
course,
foreshadowing, I think, in
gotta-
the movie because they show this jaguar on there, and this is the black jaguar as the guardian of the jungle, and they send sinners to hell. Little.
You gotta have some of the people who can do the authentic lore of the area you're in. Every movie, whether it be like a tour guide or it be a Sherpa, they gotta tell you about like a blessed or a cursed area or an animal. It's a trope, but I love it. Looks like everyone's fucking miserable on this boat.
She actually looks generally scared shitless.
Yeah, well, she probably was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She looks generally scared shitless, I think.
That or she's a great actor and she deserves way more work after this movie. So they're pulling up on these little boats and they hit land and they're all walking off. And you can tell by the music and the visual cues that Alejandro may not necessarily be exactly who he says he is, but the guide, their connection down there definitely isn't who he says he is. now you got everyone taking off their shirts so they can put on their little protest shirts and pants, I guess. Oh, why take off the pants? Oh, and that's right. They want the passports.
Yeah, passports, phones, in case they get arrested.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever go to another country, never give your passport to anyone. Fuck that.
Some places try to hold it when you go places, like hostels and stuff. They won't let you stay there unless they hold your passport.
Fuck that. You find yourself in another hotel, you want to be in possession of that shit all the time. So that is the one thing that their connection was able to get them. They all got dressed in the workers' uniforms, like the yellow or green overalls with the hard hats.
Construction green, I forget what, there's a term. But it's that like neon green.
Like a neon color.
They got these blue hard hats.
And except them looking like a bunch of weak American pussies, they totally look like construction workers from fucking South America, right?
Totally.
With their pedicured hands.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre chainsaw over there that's like, 4 feet long.
The saw is family. Yeah, they got a nice like fucking 4 or 5 foot bar on that saw sticking out of a fucking tree.
It's about the cuz.
They're all putting on the fucking plain white masks.
Oh man, that reminds me. We got to get you to watch Bruiser. The little masks get me thinking of things. What?
Oh shit! Hold on. I just pulled out my headphones because I'm an idiot, so I can't hear you.
Yeah, that's right. He's an idiot. He'll never know when we're talking shit about him. It's okay,
I hear you. I hear you. I'm here. You son of a bitch.
Everyone, all right. He can hear us now. He can hear us now, everyone.
I'll have to re-listen to see what you actually said.
The funny part is, I didn't say anything. I just said, "Shh, everyone. He's gonna hear us soon."
Mm-hmm. That's what someone would say if they didn't say. So they're all getting their chains and padlocks
lock yourself.
out. No, actually, I was gonna move and get one of my blank masks, but it's on the other side of the room, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing. And then
yeah.
You can put your hands through these pipes and hold on to each other so they can't cut through. We'll just cut your arms off.
And it said hashtag save Amazon, so obviously hashtags were a thing back when this movie came out.
She got a busted lock.
Yeah, her lock is not locking, and she's freaking out, asking someone to help. I guess, yeah, they're live streaming.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. So they're chanting, "This is Yaya Hess home. Leave nature alone."
And then a bomb went off in their little eating, cooking, hanging out area, and then you see a bunch of gunned
mercenaries, basically.
Mercenaries, yeah, army, like I don't know, local army men.
Yep. They're checking the chains. They see they're locked to the equipment and stuff.
She can't get hers locked. She got the beat lock on purpose.
Yeah, that had to have been Kara.
Yeah. Shooting cell phones.
Oh.
Hi, puppies. They'll murder her if you stop filming.
So basically, everyone's at gunpoint, but they're all live streaming.
Yeah, and they're using her because they know who her father is now too. Also,
Yeah.
They did it on purpose. They set her up. At least that's what I think in this movie.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, that's 100% right.
Yeah.
They wanted her to come along because they knew her dad was a lawyer at the UN, and basically she was just bait.
And they would have shot her if it wasn't for who she was.
Yep. Subtitles just say, man speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to know what he said.
Yeah. I always found that funny about something. Like, you can have something translated, with subtitles, like, whatever. But when someone speaks another language in another movie, they don't translate that half of the time. It's like a 50-50. Sometimes it gets translated, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe a little less. Maybe it's like 30%. It's like 33% of the time it does.
Like conversations, they get the subtitles so people don't miss out on like a big amount of what they're saying. But like these short little 1 and 2 back and forths, they don't do it.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. You'll get, like you said, man speaking Spanish, Spanish speaking Mexican, like, I wouldn't say Mexican.
Indistinct Spanish,
Yeah. Or whatever language you're watching. Chinese, Mandarin, whatever. Like,
yeah. Yep.
Whatever.
Now, the one girl's upset because they couldn't find her bag and she's looking for her pills. And pretty much the military brought them right back to the plane. And they're telling them to get the fuck out.
And they got paid off. Nice payoff there. Nice little fat stack of hundreds.
You see
got
the
their
guy
passports back.
You see the guy who's their connection down there hand over all the passports to the military guy and money. So here's the thing. Is this plane supposed to go down? Or is this an actual freak accident?
Well, it didn't happen yet, but yes, they're a little. I don't know. They're all happy because they're trending right now. They're all freaking out because CNN retweeted them and yada 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 yada. But yeah, I mean, but then again, scummy drug guys on the plane.
Yeah.
So 50-50? I don't know.
I
don't think he would risk taking him unless whoever he paid off, he didn't pay him off enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, the one guy just told the stoner guy to hide his pot, so he put it in his boot.
Dog is stealing stuff. And, I'll be back. Sorry.
We have an hour and 2 minutes and 15 seconds left if you're watching on Netflix. And basically, Alejandro tried to comfort her by saying, hey, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here, blah, blah, blah. And the guy, the black guy who had a crush on her, he's trying to explain, like, we couldn't have done this without you kind of thing. But she was bait.
Yeah.
And I could see why she would be pissed.
He's over here simping. He's like, you didn't mean to have a gun to your head. He didn't think it was going to go for her. She goes, no. He knew exactly what was going to happen.
They were hoping for that to happen.
Yeah.
See? Ooh. So one of the engines looks like it just blew out on this plane.
The engine. The engine. There's not multiple engines in this plane.
Oh, it's not the two?
No, that was the front of the plane. That was the cockpit you saw. The engine's right in front.
Oh, okay. I just saw the quick explosion. I wasn't...
No. Yeah, it's the main engine, only engine.
Yeah. So as they're trying to get control, the plane is rotating in the air. They're going upside down, shit like that.
I find that hard to believe. I think they would be able to control it and keep it right side up. I don't think it would be upside. That's actually really cool looking. The guy just puked and it just dripped all over his face because they're upside down. The tail of the plane just got ripped off. All hell's breaking loose.
Oh,
we just lost one girl. Yeah.
Another person.
Lost scummy, slimy guy that paid everyone off. Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a green screen effect. They just put them in a fuselage and they were flipping it upside down with the people in it.
Oh, dude, that was brutal. The co-pilot just got a fucking tree branch like through the face.
Yeah, right through the windshield, right through his face. And it's quick, but if you're watching this movie, you cannot miss it. So they had lost 2 people out the back of the plane, and then it looks like both pilots did not make it. Everyone else...
Is everyone okay? That's hilarious.
Yeah, right? Oh, now Kara, her seatbelt is stuck. And, oof. Good. I'd say leave her, because you're starting to see a little smoke come up, which, could be a fire.
Well, obviously, people just heard that Gray would not help anyone else and save himself. Do not put him near the exit seat.
Kara, I would leave. Everyone else I'd help. Fuck that bitch. Oh, now we do have a dead person, a dead girl in the plane.
That was the dirtbag of the boyfriend. That was that chick.
I believe so.
That was someone
Kara.
else. No, it was someone else that had the seatbelt that was fucked up. I thought.
No, Kara said my seatbelt's stuck. My seatbelt's stuck.
I know. I thought it was someone else though. I guess it was Kara.
Oh. And now we just had an idiot run face first into a spinning propeller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. No one's gonna find us.
You're all gonna die down here.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Resident Evil, the little Resident Evil girl.
What they're doing
from the movie.
What would you suggest? The GPS or smoke signal? What would you look for mostly?
Well, if you have a chance, you would look for the sat phone GPS if you could.
So randomly, that girl who flew out of the back of the plane with her seat, I guess she landed in a tree, and just out of nowhere in the background,
could have been someone else. Could have been another girl that flew out. Yeah, I was not expecting that.
See, I think this is the whole Cannibal Ferox portion of this movie.
That was hilarious.
Dark humor.
It was funny.
But yes, the smoke screen or the smoke signal, I think, would be important. People would see it. But the thing is, how many people are actually flying over this area that would notice it? Ooh. Now they're noticing some people in the jungle, or at least Kara is. But this isn't a part of the jungle where you want to see other humans.
No, not necessarily.
Ooh!
Oh! Dude, you got a dart in your neck.
Dude, you got a fucking dart in your neck. No, man, I'm fine.
You're
crazy,
kidding.
Man.
You're kidding. You're kidding. Stop playing. Stop playing.
So, she got a fucking arrow through her neck. Kara, good. She was a bitch anyways. She's struggling. Oh! And while Alejandra's trying to help her, she gets another one right in the fucking forehead. Beautiful. But a lot of them are getting hit with the poison darts.
Trank darts,
I will say, these darts do not work like this. They don't work like a second or two and you're out. They would actually be running for about 5 minutes, and gradually they would get... Like Ace Ventura, the second one, he takes like 10 darts and he's still kind of going. That's how it works. But, movie magic.
Gray, the aficionado of drugging women.
No, poison arrows, actually.
These
arrows.
trank darts, you know how they work.
Yeah, they have to. Look, as someone who's taken a few tranquilizers, I know it's not instant, okay? Now, oh man, I think this guy has some of the best makeup in the movie. Like, the tribe people look cool. Except, fucking Ringo Starr there.
Yeah.
But... this guy, he's wearing blackface, which...
Honestly, the people that died instantly have it the best in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. He's not wearing blackface. He's wearing yellowface, but his entire body's painted like dark
Yeah,
black.
he's the head hunter of the village. They explained there was a small little thing we left out. I was just going to wait till the movie. You have the main woman, she's the woman leader of the tribe. She's painted one way. You have... Yep. He's painted another way, and then the commoners are all red, and then there was another version of the commoners that have white also. Like, yes. They have like little sects of
Basically, it's like a ranking system almost.
Yeah.
Now, here's where you're going to get a whole bunch of your extras. A lot of these were the Peruvian people that they got to act in the movie. And listen, these movies would not feel the same if they did not get authentic extras. Like,
No.
if this was just like a bunch of like your basic college kids painted red running around. Oh, look, here we're at the spot where the missionaries thought that they could just sing louder and but basically they're
petting their food.
All of the people and
they're petting their food right now. They're like, oh, such good food.
When I go to the grocery store, I don't pick up like hot dogs and be like, oh, you guys are so, you know what I mean? It's tossed in the basket.
Yeah, but your hot dogs are dead already. If you'd pet a cow, you're gonna eat it. You're like, oh, piggy.
I want no connection with that cow.
Oh, come here, piggy.
I'm gonna name you Chris P. Bacon. So they're making it back to the village. A very nice set. I don't know how authentic it would be to an actual tribe. Some of these huts look very big. It's weird because I thought like a lot of these indigenous tribes lived in smaller tents and they just had a bunch of them. I didn't think they had like big common areas, you know.
We don't know if this is actually their home area or if it's somewhere else. I don't know.
Now the girl, she just had some of her blonde hair pulled out.
Yeah.
And one of the people.
There was a pretty good ripping sound too when it happened.
Yeah.
Smashing the cell phone. They pulled the cell phone out of his pocket. They obviously don't know what it is, so they're just going to break it.
Right. And now we have like the main witch lady and her side underling. Basically, it looks like if Amy Winehouse came out of the grave, this is probably what she'd look like right now. She's got like the matted hair, the piercings.
She looks like she has like some sort of a hip bone too, half a pelvis.
Yeah.
On top of her cane. I wonder who these people are eating. Honestly, like who are they cannibalizing? Like in this.
Well,
are they eating each other? Like, because it's not like you're gonna get too many straggler random people coming along, you know.
I don't think they only eat human flesh. I think they eat any kind of meat. So
I know. Pigs, I'm just saying, like, because you saw a decent amount of bodies, like when you're coming in. I know it's just for show, but I'm just saying, like.
No, but you're right. How many people are going through this area?
Do they have sacrifices that people eat?
I don't think they eat their own. I'll be honest with you. I've never heard of that, but very well could be. Now, this lady, she's got the one Marilyn Manson type eye where it's all white.
I think she's blind in that eye.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not like it's not her decision to. You know, I really need a contact to look more intimidating. Bushka, yes. Oh, where was the translation there? Fucking Netflix.
I know. What's up with that? Oh, now it's all chattering.
All chattering.
All chattering. They can't tell us what bushka means, but you know. Indistinct.
Netflix heard me.
Indistinct
like, oh, shit,
chattering. Sorry. Indistinct chattering. There's something going on.
So
Iquancha i ocha. Iquancha i ocha. So is that White Devil and Ace Ventura? Iquancha ocha.
Yeah.
Like whatever. What does that mean? White Devil.
Bumblebee tuna. So the witch lady looked like she had Sam Neill's raptor claw as she's like touching their face with it. We'll find out later what it actually is used for. But the college kids are being put into cages. Actually, one big cage. It's not individual cages. I'm sorry. And they're in a cage with pigs. So obviously, they do eat.
It's the food cage. Yeah. Where's Jonah? Bye, Jonah.
My name is Jonah. Now, they give Jonah a little bit of a drink, which after this ordeal, a nice strong cocktail would be nice.
Hopefully it numbs him and he doesn't feel anything. We'll see.
He just thanks them. He's like, oh, thank you.
Because you have no idea what's going to go on, Jonah.
Yeah, seriously, they just give him the old Bill Cosby, and they're laying him down on a pretty decent sized stone. They're untying.
Oh,
his
thank
hands.
you for untying me. Thank you. Oh, so kind.
And now they come over and they're starting to hold down his arms.
These are like the lackey warriors because they have black on them, so they're red and
they
black,
got the stripes,
black stripes.
And the main witch lady, straight up takes the claw and pulls his eyeball out of the socket. And they show everything because it's an Eli Roth film. Thank you, Eli.
Good effect though. There's one thing you can
good.
say about this movie is everything looks very real for the most part. They didn't skimp on the death and the like maybe the beginning of the movie sucks as much as it does because they use most of the budget to get the effects like this in the middle of the jungle.
Yes, they knew where they wanted their meat and potatoes to be. Now she just pulled out his other eye, and he's completely living for all this. You remember when we said what was the part where that person fainted when watching this? This very well could have been it.
Yeah.
She reaches in, grabs his tongue, she cuts it off. He's still alive. See, this is why I wish more cannibal jungle movies were made today, because the technology is better and we can get better movies than what came out years ago.
Yeah, but how much could you really go through? Like, how much is there of this to do, though? Like, can you really make a ton of these, like, story-wise?
Not a ton.
You know what I mean? Like, wow, like...
But I want to see different directors'
Like, they chopped his arm off at the shoulder, and now they're chopping his one leg off at his knee.
Yeah, they're quartering him.
For the most part. But, like... Now they're chopping the other one off. Actually, it looked like it was at his waist, but the other one looked like it was at the other one looked like it was at his knee, but now that one's at the waist. Now they look like they're cracking his sternum open, or it was his other arm. Yeah,
his other arm. Yep. So he's got no arms, no legs. If they threw him in a swimming pool, his name would be Bob.
He's the Black Knight right now.
Yeah. And now comes the head.
Yeah.
He's probably
dead
already.
by now. Yeah, he probably bled out.
From blood loss. Yeah. But they take the head off. She holds it up, and everyone starts chanting and cheering. And
see, kiddies, that's what happens when you start simping after a girl. Do not.
Yep.
Don't give those Twitch thoughts your money.
They keep
making jokes
back
here.
To the college students, and their faces are pretty much what your face would be if you were in this scenario.
You know she's got good iron in her diet.
Yeah, fucking
she's not iron
fountain
deficient.
of youth. Now they're
got
salting.
salt meat.
Got to salt the meat.
Where do they get their salt from? Actually, where do you think they get their salt from?
Yeah,
you think there's like a natural salt mountain somewhere there? Like, how do you think they get their salt?
It does look like rock salt. It does look like crystal salt. So I'm not sure.
Well, in most places, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to get refined salt like we have it.
Yeah,
most places are going to have.
What's the iodized salt? You're not going to get.
Do you think there's a salt mountain in the area? Do you think they venture out? Like, where do you think they're getting their salt from? I don't think they trade with anyone. They're not the trading kind, I don't think.
No, I don't know enough about natural salts like pink Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
But I do believe you can find in the wild and like farm it, if you will, if I'm not mistaken.
I like pink Himalayan salt.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It's good stuff.
So now things are quiet. The chaos is over for right now, and they're in the cage with all the people.
They also threw the guy's torso, what was left. They were dressing the arms and legs, and they threw the torso in a giant smoker, by the way. In case anyone wanted to know.
They're going to have a nice meal.
Smoked man.
Because Jonas was like the fattest of the group. So obviously they went for the fat guy first because they know that's the best eating.
Not always.
No, but I mean, listen. Hey, if I'm gonna take advice, about
the little girl's dropping all the food out of there.
Experts.
She's dropping all the food out. She didn't tie that tamale good enough.
Nope. They got black corn. Looks like they got mango, papaya, and
Some human leg.
they're cutting the skin off the leg, and it is a good effect. Now they're at the torso. They're cutting up the side.
Mm-hmm.
Good old fucking side meat.
I
Some
don't
little
think
boy
that was
licking
enough
his
time.
lip.
I know he's like fucking chomping at the bit to get a piece of that, man. I don't think it's enough time though. I don't think.
No,
That
I don't know how
would've-
much time's passed.
I know, that's what I mean. That would have taken like a day or two to smoke that, unless they're just
Oh,
eating it like raw. I don't know, man. But
What? And yeah, and see, and that's the thing. Like, how? Well, see, like that guy,
Yeah.
the witch guy, the main hunter.
His looked pretty
that
cooked.
looked like a
Yeah.
turkey leg. That shit looked like it was cooked for 24 hour. But some of this meat that you see, it looks,
Yeah.
somewhat raw.
baby pigs.
Now, this girl with the blonde hair, she said that she's feeling sick and not just throwing up. She got a poop. She's telling everyone, "I'm really sick." She's shaking. She's in a position like you could tell she got a shit.
Mm-hmm.
She says she needs a bathroom, but guess what? When you're in a cage with other people,
Oh, she's
start hearing
farting.
the farting,
She's shitting herself already.
and they
Go in
tell
the
her in the
corner.
corner, defecating. That's the sound. Netflix gave me that little fucking subtitle.
Coughs.
Defecating.
Dude, it's like
Grunt.
she has like the major shits going on here, man. That's great.
Dude, I would have loved to see Eli's Roth direction for her. Like, I need an angry shit face. She's like, "Hurr."
Here's my thing. She looks like she's at like a higher level of the cage, so I feel like that
Yeah.
might drip down.
It's gotta run down.
Into the rest of the cage. The little kids are laughing, and you see her trying.
Oh, yeah, they're all-
You can see her
they're
trying
all-
to hold it because they're filming. So she tried to have to hold her laugh in there because she was gonna laugh with the kids. Yeah, little.
boy.
That was like a one taker for that. They were like,
you're not gonna
yeah,
get
we'll
many,
just leave it
shots
in
of
there.
that.
No, I meant the girl,
now it's-
the other girl, like the
Yeah,
main
the actress.
UN girl. Yeah.
Yeah, the actress, yeah. So, it's nightfall. Everyone seems to be sleeping. And they're having their basic conversation of like, who's gonna find us? How are we gonna get out of here? You know how sometimes we skip ahead in movies because of like certain dialogue and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I feel like at this point in the movie, things happen so quick that we don't necessarily have to. But there is going to be some scenes where they're having this conversation of who's going to find us, how are we going to get out, what's the plan, you know. Now Alejandro's telling them that everything they did was a PR stunt. Jesus Christ. So he gets paid and the organization gets publicity, but they're not actually changing anything. He's saying that they never really had a chance and, the money is in the ground. So basically, they exploited the people and the work to get their organization known, which obviously, if it's known, people want to join, they got to pay to join. It's...
Yeah, they basically did a giant photo shoot is what they're saying. And she's freaking out.
And Alejandro says, I hate to break it to you, but this is how the real world works. And honest to God, this is very much something that would happen in today's day and age. Everyone's looking for their photo op. Everyone's looking, to present themselves.
He just said it. You think her plane wasn't sabotaged? They probably crashed it to kill Carlos because Carlos was paid to set all this up. He just said it.
Yeah.
Probably missed that.
No, I was reading it. I was reading it.
No, I meant originally. Like, you might have forgot. Like, because we were asking those questions. Like, was it?
Yeah.
You think they did it on purpose?
Still, do we have proof that's what happened, though? That's according to this guy.
Yeah. And then they said they'll reach this village in maybe 3 days. because there's another company coming in.
Right. Alejandro said it was a good thing that they killed Jonah first, because he can feed them for a week. And obviously, yeah, it's fucked up, but it's true.
Yeah, I would say it's 100% true. Not a week, maybe a couple days.
No, there was a lot.
There's
of
a lot of
people
them,
there.
probably like a day.
So they just
darts.
tried to push someone through the bars, and fucking Mo Howard just shot her with the dart. As soon as she put her head through, she got a dart in the neck. So obviously these people are being watched day and night. Wake up, it's morning, it's dawn. Beautiful area. Fucking just gorgeous.
Little kids climbing
And,
palm trees.
Yeah,
Searching
this
for
little kid trying
coconuts.
to cop a feel. Oh no, he's grabbing the necklace. Sorry. This little kid reaches into our main actress through the cage and sees the necklace that she's wearing. You know, she's grabbed it a few times in the movie and stuff like that. And it's like a little flute, little like a tiny flute,
Devil flute.
the skin flute. And it plays 4 notes, surprisingly. Up, but the adults are here, so she has to put it away. Oh, here's the snake in the face. Straight up dangle it, hit her in the face with a little snake. And we got the main hunter. He comes in the cage area.
Oi, oi, oi. Speaking forcefully.
Yeah.
Oi, oi.
What are you, some kind of like Irish punk? Oi, oi!
Oi,
Oi,
oi.
prick! I'd love to see him in a band. So they just removed our main actress from the cage. Actually, no. They showed one, but they actually brought all the girls. I'm sorry. And this scene is very notorious. They disrobe them. They take off their jumpsuits. You know, they strip them down. And this is where they have to check to see who is still pure.
It's not even like a proper test.
No, it's not. This is like the fucking TI test. This is literally what TI said that he would do to his daughter. He said he'd check her hymen regularly. Fucking weirdo. So yeah, they stick a claw up in there. And basically like, nope, she's no good. So they carry her away. They make it to the second girl. Obviously, they see the tattoo of a hummingbird on her arm. That will come back later. So
Foreshadow.
Yep. They stick that little Sam Neill raptor claw in her vagina.
Kind of wiggle around a little. Wiggle.
I got no reception. Turn the bunny ears. Oh, sorry.
No good. Ah, too wide. It's like a hot dog down a hallway. Get it out of here.
And now we have one girl left, which is our main actress. I don't know what she's fishing around for in there, but I guess she's done this enough that she can tell. Ugh. It's pointy.
Better work on your Kegels.
Yeah, seriously. Break that motherfucker in half. Bam! But as she pulls the claw out, she sees blood. And she said, what'd she say? Shower! Yeah, I do need a shower. I feel dirty after watching that scene. Jesus Christ. Oh, and then she puts the blood on the girl's forehead. I mean, it's okay. It's your blood, but
some
still.
period blood on your head. Maybe she just had her period.
You know what? That very well could have been a possibility. And then, and they just gave her the fucking yopo.
Knockout dust.
Oh, they gave her the fucking yopo, the fucking yellow powder that when you inhale it, you just straight out. That's real. That's a hallucinogen. Of course, you're not going to have a rainforest movie without rain. I bet you it rained its ass off when they filmed this movie.
Unless it wasn't rainy season. They have rainy season where it rain for like 45 days in a row. Like,
but I'm sure even throughout the year they get rain like on a daily basis, though. Have you ever thought about when you watch a movie like this, you see the cage they're in, it's built out of like sticks and stuff. Like, How hard would it be to break out of that? Honestly,
Very hard with tranquilizer dart guys staring at it all night.
Yeah, I'm saying without the Trent guys. I'm saying just in general.
Depends. It might be some really good mahogany though.
Yeah, rich mahogany, leather-bound books. You never know. I mean,
Could be soaked in. Could be soaked in bourbon.
So-
good mahogany and some bourbon.
yeah, they just turned on the phone ringer and they threw it in the woods. So the people who were watching them would go and look and see what the hell's making that. Be-da-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Now, if we're playing Insurgency
So she-
Sandstorm, that means a suicide bomber is going to go flying through the
Oh,
door.
really?
The Nokia death. Yeah. This is. You hear like a
No
Nokia cell
shit.
phone ring, and it's like. Not the. It's like. And it's just. Yeah.
Oh no way! I want to.
It just
see
sounds.
it
It
so
sounds
bad.
like
I'm on a YouTube.
It sounds like a.
when we're done.
It sounds like a Nokia. Sounds like a Nokia. I actually made a video. You can find it on Silver Bullet streaming on there. There's a video of a suicide bomber, and I took an old Nokia cell phone, like put it on the thumbnail. Actually, now that I think of it, I should have just made the Nokia phone the suicide bomber and have it running just like little legs on the bottom.
Just like the phone is the actual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, maybe next time.
So, the girl that was escaping from the top of the cage, she was running down the beach, and then it just cut to black. So I'm guessing she didn't make it. And then after that, it goes to the women who are sharpening their utensils and stuff like that. And who do we have left? We have the blonde-haired girl in the cage. We have our main actress who's now painted like someone who's going to Bonnaroo for the weekend. Actually, that's not fair. What's a more Burning Man? Looks like she's going to Burning Man.
No, Bonnaroo's sort of like that now, I think.
Yeah, it
think
is.
it
It's
gets
very
like that.
hippie-centric, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have
If it was
Alejandro,
Burning Man, she'd be
we have
naked.
Seth Green's brother. What?
He looks like he's
I
got a
didn't hear
tan. He doesn't look as white.
Well, being
I said
out
if
in
it
the
was-
sun
I
for
said it
so
was-
many
yeah.
days, you know?
I said if it was Burning Man, she'd be naked. That's what I said before.
That's fair. So we have the big bald guy, him with the beard. We have Seth Green's brother. We have Alejandro. And then we have our virgin. And we have the blonde girl. Are we missing anyone? I think there's 5 people left, right?
Yeah, I think you got everyone covered.
Okay.
More days for us.
Samantha was captured. So we're not including her. Even though they didn't show her die, we just, And basically, this big guy with the beard's taking control of the group. Because Alejandro has pretty much said, we're going to die here, blah, blah, blah. He's being a little mopey bitch. So the big guy's like, we're getting the fuck out of here tonight. Now
Eat
kids
this people
are
fat paste.
showing up. The kids are showing up with these little bowls with some kind of paste in it. It's like, this is good. What's this bowl? He's like, oh, it's made of guano. Bat sheet.
Guano. Why do I know that? A bat sheet.
That's a crossover that should happen. Ace Ventura when nature calls in the fucking Green Inferno. Alejandro says it's useless that she's playing her little flute to the kid.
The Green
Alejandro's-
Inferno when nature calls.
Yeah. And then the poster's that girl shitting, like, power shitting, like, ah!
No, it's Ace Ventura with like things in his thighs going, ah.
So they're all eating what's in the bowl. Alejandro's already done with his. And, the blonde girl, she's hesitant, probably because she shit her brains out earlier. But, yeah, she takes a little nibble. And, man, I don't know how much I'd be trusting anything they gave me. Looks like they're having a little trouble chewing at some point.
I think it's people paste. Looks like it's probably just fat. Yep.
Yep.
That tattoo.
Yep. So, At the bottom of the bowl, they find a piece of skin
the
that
kids
had
are wearing,
Samantha's
yeah.
tattoo.
The
And
kids are all wearing all her tattoos are all wearing them now.
They cut off all of her tattoos, and these kids are doing like the whole lick and stick thing. Ooh! And Amy just realized she's not going to let these motherfuckers take her. Smashes her bowl on the ground, takes the sharp end, and slits her own throat.
Although, I don't think she would have got deep enough to actually get a reaction like that. It was pretty cool.
It was very cool, but I'll tell you what. As soon as she poked herself, she probably was like, ow, that fucking hurts. I don't want to do this. Oh my god, that was ingenious. They just took the bag of pot that was in his shoe, and they're putting it in Amy's mouth, and they're going to run it down her body because, well, you'll see.
Man, they probably smoke crazier shit than that, man. That's going to be like nothing to them.
I don't know. I know the alcohol they drink, but like, does pot grow like naturally in areas like hemp? You know what I mean? Does it just grow randomly and people, you know?
I think it grows everywhere. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my god!
I don't see why it doesn't.
Now Alejandro's sitting in the corner jacking off.
Mm-hmm.
When your body is under stress, the only way to think clearly is to find a release. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Everyone here is fucking dying, and you're here jerking off. Now, he just said violence is a way to release stress.
And he's still jerking off. He's just going to jerk off on
tugging
him.
It said tugging intensifies. Oh, Netflix, don't ever change. As he's being choked, the little subtitle came up. Tugging intensifies. Beautiful. I didn't know fucking David Carradine was in this movie. So now they're obviously they're taking their bits and pieces of Amy.
You want to be dead? We'll make you dead.
Yeah, seriously. You guys and your Scooby-Doo plan. You think they've never had a little weed?
That's what I'm saying.
They eat pot for breakfast.
That's what I'm saying.
Better. Yeah. No, it could be true. I don't know.
That little tiny bit of pot, do you think it's going to stone the whole village? Come on.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it definitely wasn't enough. It might have been a half ounce. Like, at the most, it might have been a half ounce. But that smoke is coming out of the smoker, and everyone just starts, like, trying to grab for it. They all got the munchies already.
Because, you know, pot works like that so fast.
Immediately, yeah. I think of all people, Eli Roth would have known better.
Secondhand,
Uh-huh. Looks like they cut off her titties. And immediately it shows them all giggling and eating. Like, literally, they're all just fucking goofing around. So the plan seemed to work. They got all the villagers stoned by stuffing pot.
There's no way. I'm sorry. This is like one of the weakest parts of the movie. It's so lame.
It is a little unbelievable.
The hunter guy is sitting there poking at this fucking piece of bone up in there. He's playing with it with his all fucking stoned out of it. There's no way, man. Ugh.
Yeah, he's looking... Honestly, they're treating it like a hallucinogen. Some guy just fell out of a tree randomly. Everyone's sleeping. He's says, let's go. You should watch more Scooby-Doo. Now, this is fucked up. They let the girl up and out of the cage first. And then it looks like the bald guy goes in there. And then when Seth Green tries to go out, Alejandro stabs him. He said that they won't eat him first if Seth is dead. I know his name's not Seth, but that's what I'm calling him. So Alejandro is
Mr.
like
Pale Man.
Like, he's the true bad guy of this movie. Yes,
he's
the cannibals
he's the true... The cannibals are just people. They're just living. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
I mean, I
just
feel like they know not to eat people. I mean, they have plenty of food around there, it seems, but...
Yeah.
It seems like they do.
But maybe and maybe they want to save the cow or they want to save this and that for a different reason. I love this scene. I do. This is... They darted you. So when Seth Green wakes up, his brother, when he wakes up, he asks what happened, and Alejandro says that he was darted, even though that isn't the case.
Yeah.
So he grabs his fingers. Hold on, how the fuck is he doing? Okay, he's doing this.
Yeah.
And they're laughing. Oh, the old fake
Yeah.
That's a good one. My uncle used to
I'll
do
show
that.
you.
Yeah. And now they're actually trying to like eat him alive. Like they're just trying to like bite his hands. Gave him the munchies. And they literally just they bite into his arm, and he gets up. He's trying to run. Now you got a bunch of stoned fucking cannibals running after you. Obviously,
Stoned Cannibals. That could be a band name.
Yeah,
Stoned
seriously.
Cannibals.
Now, the horde mentality. If you've ever played Gears of War or you played zombies on Call of Duty, you gotta run circles. You don't go into the group. They literally eat this guy alive. They're pulling out like guts. They're biting. They're ripping. There's one of his appendages. He's dead.
You think?
He's
You think
dead.
like this little girl's like, I got my foot. I got my foot. I'm out of here, bitches. I'm out.
Literally, like a fucking 8-year-old girl had a foot.
8-year-old. That's like she's like 4.
Yeah, she just ran away like, oh.
She's like a 4-year-old, man. She's like,
yeah, she
had
was
a
tiny.
shin.
Yeah.
She had a shin, a foot, and a boot. And she was out.
Yeah, it was like right up to the knee. She's like, oh, I'm gonna eat good for a week. So it seems like the bald guy and Justine have made it up river far enough where either no one noticed that they're missing, or yet because they're still stoned. You know. And do you hear the music they're playing? Like the
I hear music,
kind of.
Yeah, like they got away.
Yeah, that false sense of security. Ooh. So
this is where she almost dies, actually, when she goes down the river here.
Yeah,
this is the scene that we were talking about earlier.
Yep. She went to step in the water to go over to another rock, and she hit a low point or sinkhole, whatever, and she went right down, and she ended up getting caught in the current of the river. So now she's hanging onto a rock. I could see how this would be terrifying.
They actually left some of the footage in. So some of this is her actually like. They're like, let's keep rolling. Out. It's good. Just go save her. We're gonna keep rolling though.
Yeah. He goes and gets her a branch to grab onto.
See, if I was making this movie and I'd have one of these guys come out of nowhere and chop his arm off while the branch was out there.
That's honestly what I thought was gonna happen. Yeah, just like
just out of nowhere, I'm like,
totally.
Yeah.
Yep. But
and then blood goes everywhere, like as he's missing his arm, and he like comically acts it like, you know.
Like she pulls the tree and his hand's still like connected to it, like. Ah! So they
except it wouldn't
out of the river.
Except it wouldn't be like one of the tribe people. It'd be like a random ninja with like a samurai sword. Just fucking.
You know what? I would deal with a ninja over the cannibals for sure.
Should we?
So they make it back to the wreckage of the plane, and the tribespeople went and grabbed all the dead bodies, and they put them on stakes where the fucking stakes go through their ass and like out their mouth.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. Vlad the Impaler style.
Yep. And Cannibal Holocaust was known for the very infamous. Actually, there's a statue out there. It's like a foot tall, and it's like one of the bodies on the stake. I've been looking for one for years, and I cannot find it. But don't you think they would have taken those dead bodies because they were freshly dead and used the meat?
No, I don't think they need that much meat. I think,
and you know what? Dead meat goes bad fast for them. That's why they try to keep everything alive till they're ready to eat it. So that's probably why they didn't. But they're searching all of the dead bodies, looking for the phone or looking for, anything they can use. And of course, Kara, she has one of the phones in her pocket, and it just so happened to make a sound at the right time.
That's Kara's phone. It's making noise.
Dude, I would love for one of
rustling,
those bodies to be like,
gasp, someone's coming.
If one of those bodies just kind of woke up like, oh, there's a stick in my ass. It's like, oh my God, kill it.
Timber.
Oh,
dude, it's like, it just sounded like a full-blown tree going down. Did you hear that? Like, it sounded like just cut down
down.
Yeah, just cut down like a 60-foot fucking tree.
Oh, and guess what? As soon as they look up, boom, boom, fucking darts. They wake up, of course, and the first thing they see is the fucking.
So all honestly, like at that part, right? Would you stop to try to get a phone, or would you keep going?
Well, keep going to where?
Anywhere but away from these people.
I could see how the phone would be useful.
I agree.
But I wouldn't.
But would you risk?
But I wouldn't alter my course to find it.
But would you risk taking time there, knowing that they're probably around? That's what I'm getting at.
No, dude. If I would have seen that from 30, 40 feet away, I would have stopped where I was and went the other direction. I wouldn't even get that close to the fucking.
Because they were walking, they're like, shit, that's the fucking, like, I would have hightailed it out of there. I wouldn't be sticking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She wakes up, and they realize, she realizes she's tied down. She's tied with her hands above her head. They got the other guy.
Daniel's just getting his bones broken, basically. He's
getting
beat with the blood
this guy's using? Is it a bone?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Like a big femur, or
it's either a femur. I don't know, because it has like another piece to it, and it wouldn't be.
Like a cow femur.
But it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if their hips are attached to the femur though. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's death is pretty brutal though. Like he gets like one of the worst deaths in real life. Yeah.
So as they're coating her what looks like the paint or fat, they're putting this green stuff on the guy who's tied to the pole, and I wonder what it is. So
I'm assuming something sweet, maybe poop. I don't know.
Could be
sweet berries and poop.
So, yeah, as they're preparing the virgin, the little kid goes over to her clothes and actually grabs the necklace. And now you see these they're supposed to be bullet ants.
Now seeing this again, like I'm noticing how fake these ants look. They look really bad.
Yeah.
I didn't remember
focus enough time.
I didn't remember the ants being that bad, but they're really bad. So he probably had the easiest death scene out of anyone, especially since obviously not going to use real ants, but
right.
But ants will do that. They say ants will climb up elephants' legs and into their ears, and then they will eat the brain out of the elephant alive. They'll just keep pulling pieces out until it dies.
Or they go up the asshole and they fucking come out and they chew out the insides and all that. Any kind of orifice that they can get into.
I don't know if they'd be able to get in the asshole though.
They do. Like even vultures, like when they go after something that's dead, they always start at the asshole because it's like easy getting. You know what I mean?
You're gonna cut your pleasure points off. You keep squirming, you're gonna make it worse.
Yeah, seriously. They're dragging the blade up her leg, getting really close to the good old vajayjay. And it just looks unpleasant, dude. I would not want to film this part. Like, if I was an actor or actress, but they hear something off in the distance.
I mean, that looked like too much like Eli Roth foreplay compared to like a cutting the vagina up scene. Like,
yeah, it does.
I wonder if he's at home stroking it like for that.
So this random guy comes running, and it looks like he's holding a head with a hard hat on it, which probably means they're about to be in for a rude fucking awakening. Speaking in native language. Yeah, I'd love to know what they're saying, though. So the hunt is on. They're sending out as many people as possible. They're grabbing their dart guns. They're grabbing their bows and arrows.
Spears and
so
nunchucks and samurai swords and Tyrannosaurus Rexes. They gotta have the Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
I would love to see one of these natives like with the twin Mac 11s, just like.
I'm telling you, let me direct a cannibal movie.
Seriously. Yo, there would be.
It'd be like a spoof action movie, but a cannibal movie. Like
yes, like a spoof cannibal jungle Holocaust type movie. What group would you have go against? See, because I think zombies versus cannibals would be good because they both eat flesh.
They would probably be friends. There'd probably be a scene where they're hanging out together, clicking.
Yeah, they managed to work together. Yeah,
clanging like drumsticks together of legs, like just laughing, and they can like twirl their arms around each other's and eat each other's drumstick, like like all cutesy and out of fire.
That's a movie that we need to make. So, as the fat lady is distracted, the boy comes up and cuts the ties off of her arms and helps her get her legs untied. But then the fat lady kind of turns around, so the girl has to pretend that she's still tied up. And this is actually a thing of beauty. Gets up. Ooh!
Take that dust to your face.
Up, knocks the like coke in her fucking face. Totally looks like Montana there. And then she fucking grabs the bone and rips it out of her face. Oh, so fucking good. She isn't gonna be hard to find in the jungle, painted 100% white. It's like that scene in Family Guy when Peter's dressed up as a clown in the army. He's like, you guys are a bunch of idiots. They're gonna be looking for guys in camo. They're not gonna expect a clown, So she goes over to her friend and she wants to untie him. And he's like, dude, Justine, fucking let me die. Kill me. I'm gonna get you
Put him
out of
out
here.
of his suffering,
I don't think that's
man.
a good idea. Yeah, he's suffering. Oh, and you know what? The little boy, he does
it for him. But at least he numbed him first. He was nice about it. He was pretty compassionate. Gave him the old dust.
Yep. Gave him the old fucking booger sugar treatment right in the face. And then Alejandro's like, hey, get me out of here.
Nope.
And she's like, fuck you. Nope. So now, since everyone's going
the little girl's a rat.
Workers.
The little girl's a rat. She sold him out.
Yep.
She sold her out.
They're only... All right, so we got Justine and the little boy running through the woods, and he wants to give Justine her necklace back. And the only people they have hunting them is the little girl and the old man, because everyone is looking for the workers. So she says, you can keep the necklace, and the boy points her in the right direction, like to get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of Dodge.
And now the little girl comes up
like,
and
what the fuck did you just do? Yep.
Fucking Benedict Arnold over here. So now, you got the little girl and the old man chasing after Justine. Justine makes it to a beautiful waterfall with the black... Oh, shit.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about our fucked up movie we can make, and I'm laughing my ass off right now.
We'll start writing this. Write it down. We need to keep this going. I mean, come on.
I'm like, you could have a bunch of them riding raptors, like like like
Okay,
horseback
no,
or whatever.
No, you went too far. Too far.
No, wait. And then like the scene
Let
cuts.
me finish.
No, hold on. And then they come back, and instead of raptors, they're actually riding raptors like dirt bikes. Like it just changes mid scene, like
No,
total
I should have
continuity,
stopped.
like mess up.
Should have stopped you right before. Should have stopped you. Wait, raptors are quads, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like regular,
All right,
like
that
real
makes more
raptors,
sense.
so and then it goes
Not
back to
dirt bikes,
quads.
but quads. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay. All right,
raptors. And then cuts back to like raptors again, like total continuity, like fuck ups, like
Yeah, just keep
purposely done
switching up back.
hilariousness. Yes.
So the what are they called? The fucking missionaries are here with their guns, and they are just laying siege.
They're not the missionaries. They're
to
the
the local.
Yeah, the paramilitary.
Yeah, your militia group, if you will.
Yeah.
And she says, "Don't shoot. I'm American." Puts her hands up, and like they're all looking at her like, "Well, she doesn't look American." Holding up the camera with the internet. Filmo.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Spanish, sweetheart. Don't be like that,
Camera,
She keeps saying
internet,
camera,
film you,
internet,
film you.
filmo. He's holding the gun to her. He's like, "Yeah, I wish I could fucking shoot you." Wait. Oh, see those guys in red with the hard hats? I thought the indigenous people stole their hard hats. I thought it was like the all red people wearing hard hats. So you got the workers here. You got the local tribes people. Oh, she just threw down the camera. Oh, I guess it's a sign like, "Trust me, get me the fuck out of here."
Bring her to my room.
And now, yeah, and now the fucking indigenous people, they don't want no more smoke. They just got their asses handed to them on the fucking battlefield. So they walk away in the other direction. Justine makes it to a helicopter. Boom! Head cut off, fucking propeller. Bloomsburg Fair all over again.
No one else.
Yeah, is there anyone else? Nope.
No one else.
Just me.
Said, fuck Alejandro. Let him get eaten.
Definitely nobody named Alejandro.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Nope. No one. No one there.
Yep. So the helicopter's going off, lifting off the ground. Good chase scene. A good way to end. Good escape. I enjoyed that. Good action. I think it didn't last that long though.
I kind of wish she died. I'll be honest with you.
I know why she didn't. So they just showed Alejandro screaming at the top
Alejandro
of
get
his
darted again. Yeah.
Yep.
He was hanging
right
onto
in
the
fucking
cage,
neck.
screaming, and all of a sudden you hear, thump, thump.
Dude, you know how accurate you got to be able to shoot someone continuously in the neck with a dart? Like, it's not a big body part,
I want to know how many times
So
you can
she's-
get darted before that shit starts fucking with your system.
Yeah. Seriously. So now it shows Justine back in the States. Her dad is next to her, and she's giving an interview. But she's saying that the natives actually saved her life from the plane crash. Basically, she understands that they were invading these local people's area. And even though they didn't really torture, they killed all of her friends and they did this and that, she still believes that we shouldn't go and destroy
she also
them.
thinks that if they told her they were eating people, they would go in there and wipe them out also. I think that's the other
Right.
thing. I think that's what's really going on. Like, she knows.
But she said they weren't even hostile.
Yeah, that's what
so
I'm saying.
now
I never
she's even
showed
saying
any
they're
hostility,
nice people,
yeah.
leave them be.
Mm-hmm. Until the bulldozers showed up.
Yeah, and fucking slaughtered them like cattle.
Mm-hmm.
You saved that village. So honestly, she did accomplish what she wanted to. It took a lot. And the guy says, allegedly, these Yahes, they're headhunters, cannibals. You know, like they know about
Yeah.
him, obviously. And she's like, nope,
Nope,
I didn't
never
see
once.
shit.
Didn't see anything.
Nope.
Fade to black. Camera off.
Well. Oh, boy. So as Justine's walking down the hallway, that was weird. Alejandro gets up on her shoulders like, I made it.
I made it.
And she just grows these cheap fangs. That was a bad effect. She fucking bites his neck. Boom, wakes up from a dream. Oh, a nightmare. Sorry.
It's Heroin Girl.
Yeah.
Actually,
she
it'd be
did
better
OD
if she like
the 2 weeks that she
murdered
was
this
missing.
girl right now and started eating her.
Yeah.
I just craved blood. I had all that white powder all over me now.
Yeah, seriously. She'd be high for months after that. And now she looks outside and she sees another activist. And they're all wearing Alejandro shirts. It says Free Samara. And we get the Green Inferno logo. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Do you see the cast? How they all have their Twitter handles next to their real names? I've never seen that
I've never seen
in
it
other
either.
movies.
No. Like the main cast.
Now-
yeah.
Because they want you to get the Twitter followers and stuff. But at 4 minutes and 13 seconds left, you have another scene.
Not there yet. Now I am.
So, there's a phone ringing, and Justine answers, and it says, my name is Lucia. I am Alejandro's sister. Justine says, I'm really sorry, I can't actually talk right now. And Lucia says, I found a satellite photo. It looks like my brother. We need to talk. And Alejandro is painted in all black, and he's looking up at the satellite photo. So basically, this is where they wanted the movie to go. Like, the sequel that they could have wrote for this movie was Alejandro was still alive. I could see him saying, I'm going to rat out all these people. Justine wants to save the people, so she goes back.
Or
I
it could
see
turn
what
into
they would've
my
done.
movie, and it's a revenge flick to go kill Alejandro
Yeah.
in the cannibal jungle.
Or stop him from ratting out the cannibals. So you got to go and kill him before he sends out that fake message, or you know what I mean?
It's like her. She's like, she goes in there painted back up again, so the natives trust her and they go hunt him down.
I didn't even think of that. That's a great idea. Fucking like Rambo style. She puts the fucking makeup on. You know
She
what
puts
I
a
mean?
bow in through her nose. You know.
Takes a little fucking blow before she goes. Let's go. I'm Dr. Roxo. I do cocaine.
I was just gonna say that. I was busy laughing. She goes in there with Dr. Roxo. Yeah.
Back off, jack off. And that
This video was
the
banned
green-
in 37 countries because you can see my junk through my jumpsuit.
Happy birthday. That was the
Seriously,
Green
dude,
Inferno.
lots of cocaine.
Seriously. Lots of cocaine.
Lots of cocaine. Put the boots to him medium style.
Give him the boots.
That's okay. Dr.
Medium
Roxo
style.
still loves you, even though you did have my ass beat. That shit hurt.
Would you like to go out with the boys for cocaine and ice cream? I don't know. I guess so. Oh, you're going to make me rewatch all my seasons on DVD now.
I love that show.
I love Metalocalypse. But that was the Green Inferno, the most recent cannibal jungle movie made, based off of the major craze, if you will, of the late 70s and throughout the mid 80s. You already told me when we picked this movie that you weren't a fan of it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it after watching it again?
The same.
Yeah.
Even though I laughed at a bunch of parts, it wasn't enough to keep me, like, in the movie.
There wasn't enough of it to make it.
Yeah.
They were, like, few and far between.
Yeah, there was a couple unexpected.
What-
And, like, honestly, what I was laughing at, I shouldn't have been laughing at, though. It wasn't supposed to
Right.
be funny.
Well,
I
no,
just have
some
a
of the
fucked up
jokes
sense
that
of
they
humor,
had in
though.
there were pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'm saying the average person wouldn't you know, they're obviously filmed a little jokingly, but the average
Right.
person, it's not supposed to be a joke.
Like when the girl falls out of the tree, she screams in the background. Like, I think that was meant to be funny. And that was,
for people like us, yes. And you're like,
yeah, well,
well, if
that's
you
what the
wrote it,
movie
but
was
yeah,
made for.
not totally, but
What did you think of the kills?
I was pretty disappointed by the ants. I get it; they don't have a budget,
Yeah.
but it was 2013. I felt like they could have made them look better, or pick a different kill. You know,
Yeah,
pick a
don't do
different,
something out
do
of
something
your...
different. Do something different with them.
But you know what?
I
That
don't know.
ant kill was something that has not been done in other cannibal movies because the other cannibal movies obviously never had that budget.
Yeah. I mean, it's a legit torture, and it seemed like they softened them up by hitting him with that club, even though it had like chopping on the other side. But that could have broke
Yeah.
some bones. Theoretically, they could have broke his arms and his legs while he's tied to that post. So even if he got out, he couldn't get anywhere.
Right. I appreciate what
Bullet
they
answer,
tried
no
to do.
joke. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I don't know. I would have liked.
Just the execution was off.
I would have liked better execution. I expect better from Eli, I guess. You know what I mean? Like I hold him to a higher standard because like that's his shtick, is the gore. That's what he's known for. He's known for the kills. That's what he's known for.
But he's known for practical effects.
Exactly.
His special effects were
That's what I
never
mean.
his strong suit.
If yeah, but special effects is a broad term. It's not. He's not known for CGI effects. That's
CGI effects.
Yeah,
yeah. I think he should have stayed away from it in the first place.
For the most part, yeah. It's. You know,
I mean,
it's.
Listen, the arrows that would go through the fucking body parts and skin.
That was cool.
A lot of
Yeah,
that was probably
good.
CG, and it was done well because it was quick. But when you actually
And then
focus in on
practical
the
after
ants-
that. And then practical after that. You know.
Yep.
I'm sure there's other
But-
stuff he could have figured out how to do. You know.
Well, like, besides the ant scene, which I still think is a cool scene, it was done poorly. I think it's a great idea, and it hasn't been done, and I know why now. But every kill in that movie, other than that, is a good fucking kill. You know, like the bone being ripped out of the face, the bludgeoning, the fucking decapitation. Like, I thought all that was done well. And yeah, coming from the guy who did Hostel and Hostel 2, yeah, you would expect that. I just think it's fun. But I mentioned earlier about like there hasn't been any other cannibal jungle movies, and like you said, like what can they do?
Yeah,
that
there's really
hasn't
not much
already
to
been
do.
done?
Yeah, that's why I don't think you can make other ones. That's why even this one's kind of boring to me. But yeah, it's all a special effects. You know, you're basically trying to see who can do the gnarliest effects.
Yeah.
Basically, have the most gruesome kills. You're not really getting a good storyline, unless you have some sort of like side story and you run into cannibals, but that's kind of what they did here. But it's not in. I don't know, but it's to the point where they did so much build up. I feel like you can have a successful side story and you run into cannibals but still have the movie going and flowing compared to like building up character shittily, I guess. Like
That is the one. My major gripe with the movie is
pacing.
the pacing suffers
Yeah.
from the character development. The character development is done so poorly that the pacing of the film feels fucked up. The first 30 minutes of this movie are slow and kind of unimportant. Does it matter that Alejandro paid this guy to do this, and like none of that shit matters, dude. Once you're stranded in the jungle, the story becomes survival, and that is pretty much everything from that point on. I'm a fan of, and I know when you like a movie, you're supposed to like front to back. I could just do without so much shitty exposition. Obviously, what would you change? Like, what number one thing you changed in this movie?
I wouldn't make it. There's nothing.
You say that a lot. But
no, I mean, I wouldn't make this movie. There's nothing I can physically change in this movie to make it better. There's just, I would just, I would
zombies, raptors.
No, I
mean, there's tons of things.
No. I would literally just have to start from scratch. Start from scratch in one word. Scart. I'm starting a new word. Scart. I would scart it. Start from scratch. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There's nothing redeemable in this movie in a way for me.
You know what I would do?
It'd be a whole new movie is what I'm getting at. There's nothing to change to make this better for me.
I would start the movie with the group of kids already on the plane heading to the rainforest. Within the first 10 minutes, they're already confronting the construction workers. They're already doing this and that. And within the first 20 minutes, the plane is now crashed and it's all about survival.
Yeah, but you need some of that set up to find out she's a UN chick and all that to make that work, though. So you need to have something in the beginning. Maybe have her say goodbye to her dad. I'm leaving. Like, just real quick to
even
set up
a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just to set up. Maybe have an opening shot of all the kids saying goodbye to someone that they love to make you feel something for the character because they're attached to something.
But you don't have to
and then,
force it. Like,
yeah, no,
you don't have
no,
to
but
show
that's what it is.
every
It's like
kid,
it's just 30 seconds, minute here. It just keeps going to different people. You know what I mean? And then it shows them on the plane.
You don't have to over explain it either.
No.
With like, if they showed the guy,
you just need to show them embracing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
When they're talking like to the kid with the red hair and his parents are there and they're like, oh, well, make sure you bring your inhaler because you know you have that. Like, we don't need that kind of stuff.
No.
I don't care. You know,
you just need them conversing. Just need them conversing with someone, and you could even do it during the credit roll. While the credits are rolling, you have all the kids, just to make them humanize them. Just humanize them.
Nowadays,
and then the last one with the girl, you can have her talk to her dad real quick, just for like 30 seconds out of the minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then
credits are over at that point.
One. Just have her talk and, have them in the UN office or wherever, so it sets, and then it cuts them all on the plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's how you you roll that.
Enough movies nowadays do not run stuff behind the opening credit. Like, a lot of new movies, opening credits they just have like background, like smoke or visual. There's nothing going on. But dude, I remember growing up, a lot of movies ran their opening credits with like action going on, like T2, I don't know why they got.
Well, I feel like
got away
movies, they find shortcuts to make the movie longer, without having to put as much material out there.
Yeah, there's less meat on the bones, but it looks like a lot more.
Yeah, it's like credits are like 10, 12 minutes long now, so that adds to runtime. Movies are actually technically short. I mean, used to think movies are short at 88 minutes. Say like the average horror movie was 88 minutes.
Yep.
You get a lot of 92 minutes, 88, like just a couple minutes, but you had like 3-4 minutes of credits at most. You know what I mean? And then the intros usually had some sort of scenes going on, so you didn't have all that. Now you have 3-4 minute intros of all.
So you get a horror movie that says it's 100 minutes, but
this
really
one only
it's 84.
had about a minute. This one only had a minute, maybe, of intro.
Yeah, it had a minute of intro and it had 4 minutes of outro.
Yeah, this one wasn't as bad, but I'm saying your bigger movies will have like 12 minutes of fucking credits, 10 minutes of credits.
Oh, yeah.
Your smaller movies were like... Smaller movies are 4 minutes to 8 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's... And then you got to figure the beginning. So you could be upwards of 15 minutes of fucking intros and exit intros and outros of...
Yep.
Of movies, and then you gotta figure if say this was Just as an example, this was a runtime of what, 140 minutes.
Yeah.
That's 100 minutes. Take 15 minutes off that. It's 85.
Well, no, it's
You're back down.
minutes.
140 60 minutes and 40 minutes. 60 minutes and 40 minutes is 100 minutes total.
Right, right.
1 hour
but
and 40 minutes.
But it's 140 minutes.
No, it's an hour and 40 minutes. That's what I meant.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, an hour
not
140 minutes.
Yeah,
that's 100 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's
it clocked
100 minutes,
about
and then you
like
take
86
15 minutes back off. You're at 85 minutes again. You're back at that magic number. You don't need all that filler. Like, what do you? It's almost like you're adding more film roll and reel actually to the movie than needed in a way.
It's like when you ask an old person
Unless it's,
a question from like years ago, and then they give you 5 extra minutes of shit you didn't even ask about. Mm-hmm. It's like, look, I just need to know this. I don't need all this stuff around it. Actually, more people copy your sentiment because Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie a 38% from the actual critics, and the audience score gave it a 30%.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like this. They didn't care for it. It was boring, and then the deaths and all that stuff didn't save the movie for anyone. You're in that small percentage that's a cannibal fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this movie was clearly made for me.
I don't think the average horror fan's still going to like this movie. There's not enough in this movie for them to like it. Your average horror fan, I'm saying. Maybe someone that's like super into horror might like it, but your average fan, which is what everyone tries to get these days, is the average fan because you make more money that way.
Right, your casual fan, yeah.
Yeah.
But if no one had ever seen any cannibal or jungle movies and this was their introduction, like, I think they would enjoy it for what it was. The problem is
it would still be
there
boring,
is
though.
So many out there. It takes too long. That's the problem. Because I honestly think when the plane crashes to the end, there's maybe a combined 10 minutes of downtime. You know, like where it's just dialogue or this or that. But from the plane accident to like the end, I feel like there's always something going on. Whether it's someone shitting in a corner or, you know what I mean, them getting high, whatever.
Oh, that was like one of the worst parts. I would totally take that part out. I mean, it made sense, I guess, for their narrative, but it's just so bad. It's not even close to realistic.
But but that's the thing with horror movies. We don't always necessarily.
No, but there's like normally it's like whatever, but what they were trying to do was so unrealistic in an open area like that. Are they trying to say the smoke got in the meat? Like they smoked the meat and then it was like
so they got to eat the meat and they got the smoke from it. So between the both, I guess.
But there's no way there was enough. Like it's not even like
this horror movie was supposed to be taken seriously. If this was a Velocipaster or Thanksgiving and something like that happened, you'd be like, oh, well, of course.
If it was one of them, they would have been shoving pounds in the thing. You know what I mean? They would have had miraculous...
Because it happened in this movie, it's more of an issue. Because it's supposed to feel real. And then you see these fake-ass ants and you see this little bit of pot. And it does take the realism away.
Put like what? Like
I'd say a half ounce, maybe a quarter, but at least a half. What other scores? I'm looking. IMDb gave this a 5.3 out of 10, so an average. 5 out of 10. That's not terrible. Metascore gave it a 38, which is a little bit closer to what Rotten Tomatoes. The AV Club gave this the worst rating at a 25. Enjoying this rancid slab of red meat depends not just on appetite for slop, but also a taste for sloppy leftovers.
If I were watching this by myself right now and then have to do the review, I probably would have turned it off. I would have been like, yeah, this movie sucked. I wouldn't have been like, or I would have fast forwarded to like the whole beginning of the movie to get to the middle parts, and then even then I would be like, I can just watch a highlight video of the deaths on YouTube. Like
it probably would have taken you 40 minutes to watch this entire movie.
Not even. I probably would have. Honestly, like I said, I probably would have turned it off and just tried to find some sort of highlight reel on YouTube for like 10 minutes.
But you would have missed out some of
15
that good
minutes.
comedy, though. You know, it does have other redeeming qualities besides
it's
the
in there.
kills.
Maybe it's in there. Yeah, it's like I half dreaded doing this one when we came into it, and like my feelings were pretty much on point. I give it like 1 extra point for watching it with you and like joking around about it, but
You know what, though? It didn't have as much... Like, yeah, we had some good banter back and forth about it, but it wasn't like watching Only the Strong or fucking Nemesis, where it's like, it's so over the top that you can pull... you know what I mean? Like, they were aiming for realism with this movie,
like
and I think
it's better than Mutant Hunt, but I'm not sure if I had more fun watching Mutant Hunt than this. I'm not sure.
No, Mutant Hunt's fucking awful.
I know,
dude.
I know,
Sorry.
it's awful, but like, I felt like there was more to laugh in that laugh at it. I don't know.
Yeah, but like if I watched that movie, like if I went on a date and I picked that movie to watch with a girl, I'd probably never see her again. Like I can
unless
only watch that movie
unless
with
it was
you.
the ultimate date movie, because you don't watch the movie. You put it on for a reason. It's so bad you don't lose anything.
I'm not gonna fuck around in a movie theater, but like, yeah.
No, you said put the movie on. That's different. You didn't say you went to a movie theater.
No, I'm just saying, like, on a date. Like, you're watching a movie on a date. I don't think Mutant Hunt would ever be played in any movie theater, though.
Yeah, but you're talking about today's times. So this isn't 1980. No one goes to the movie theater on a date anymore.
Whoa,
Come on now.
Calm down.
Yeah, everyone
People
Netflix
still
and
go on
chills.
dates
Come
in
on.
theaters.
Everyone Netflix and chills.
No,
Yeah,
no.
they go on dates after they've been like together for a while. No one goes to a
Like the
first
old
date in a
married
movie
couples,
theater.
they still go.
Yeah, you don't want to go on a date to a movie theater in your first date. What, you go there and not talk to each other? Like,
Yeah.
that's a bad date. It's a bad date, man.
I've been on plenty first dates where it was going to the movies and it ended up fine. Actually, it ended up really good. Unfortunately, I had to sit through 2 Twilight movies, 1 Harry Potter movie, which everyone should know I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
None of that sounds fine to me. I'm sorry.
No, it ended fine. Thank you.
There's no girl in this world that has that.
There's no
golden
squirrel. There's no squirrel in this world.
No, I was gonna say golden pussy and girl at the same time, so it turns into a girl. Like
Squirrel.
a girl.
That should be our Gwar cover band name. Gwirl. Dave Gwirl.
We're Dave Gwirl. We cover Gwar songs in Foo Fighters tone.
Yeah, the Foo Fighters, man.
No. We cover
fucking animal.
No, we cover Foo Fighters songs dressed as Gwar.
That's better. Hello, I've waited here for you.
No, I just think of the fucking Mentos commercial one where they're like helping the girl move and
Big Me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Fucking. Oh my god.
Oh
we
my
need to
god.
make that. All right, so listen.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we have a production company already? Why are we not making this stuff? Why is this not a thing?
This is what's happening after all this takes off and we start making good money. Obviously, that's up next.
We could be like
What are you giving this
We could be
movie?
like the Trauma Company of music videos.
Well, music and parody, because I do want to do some movies.
GrindHaus Productions.
So what do you? Yeah. So what are you giving this movie?
Oh man, I'm fucking torn. I am really torn on this movie what to give it. I'm like floating between a 3 and a 5. I don't know what to give it.
I'll be honest with you, like as a non-biased critic of films, I could easily agree with that 5 on IMDb or whatever it was, where it's like right.
Yeah, I
in
think
the middle.
IMDb gave it a 5.3. You said, yeah.
Right. But as a fan of the genre who's been wanting something over the years to come out, like I put this like at an 8. And
Wow,
granted,
Jesus.
I've rated higher movies on this channel. Obviously, I don't think this movie's better than From Dusk Till Dawn and Demon Knight even, but I would put it up there as like for the genre, one of the stronger movies.
it's even if it is a stronger movie, that's not saying much for the genre because I don't think it's that strong. Even the other ones, I don't think are that great though. They were
I just have a
shocking and
connection
fucked
to
up at
like.
the time, but if you go back and watch those movies, they're not really that great.
No. It's literally it takes me back to a time where I first discovered because my first
Yeah.
jungle cannibal movie was Cannibal Holocaust, and it was recommended by somebody that I think the world of, and they got me into some like obscure cinema and just them explaining, oh dude, this was banned in so many countries and the guy actually had to go on trial, like really built this movie up. And then from that I just wanted to see every Cannibal Ferox fucking, I haven't seen this one surprisingly, but just so many of these different jungle themed cannibal movies, and that's why I got this love for them. They take me back to when I was like 14 and I would just cheese out over them. But that's why I said, as like a non-biased critic, I would agree
I'm
with
not
an
biased.
average.
I'm not biased.
No, I didn't say you were. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just joking around.
You don't
Like, I'm
have
not
you don't
biased.
have a tie to this movie, so
Yeah.
realistically, what could you rate it at?
I sort of want to just like compare it to other movies and just give it like, just an average movie rating. But at the same time, there was a couple things that really annoyed me and make me want to like downrate it. And then there was the 1 point for fun factor of watching it with you. So I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's stuck between a 3 and a 5, man. I can't narrow
So
it down.
4. If it's between 3 and 5, you have
No,
it at
I mean
4.
like
That's
actually
fair.
giving it a 3 or giving it a 5. Like there's no. I'm not saying it. I think it's stuck between those. Maybe if you just want to be like give it a 4 for the sake of rating it, but like I either want to give it a 3 or I want to give it a 5. I don't know what I want to give it. You know what
Right.
I mean? Or maybe like a 3.5. Maybe not a 3, but like
Is it better than Hostel 2?
I honestly don't remember. I don't know. And there's no Hostel 2 is
It
bad.
is. It is. It is. I'm sorry. Like, it's not better than Hostel 1 as a movie, but definitely
I enjoyed
better than the
Hostel 1
second
more than this probably.
Yeah. Hostel 1, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Well, we'll just give it a 4 and split down the middle. Even though like my
yeah, it's fine. I'm okay with that. I knew it wasn't going to be high because I knew how you felt about the movie, but at least we got it out of our system early.
Yeah.
Obviously, the only other cannibal movie worth watching at any point would be Cannibal Holocaust, and I will say it's probably going to be an uncomfortable review, so I don't want to do it for quite some time.
Why is it uncomfortable?
Because a lot of people still think there's parts of that movie that are uncomfortable, like the rape scene, the animal killing,
Yeah, I
things like
guess.
that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would still give that movie like probably like a 3 or 4 also.
Oh no, I would, as a movie.
I know
I'd
what you
still
said.
Be around 7.
I know. I'm just saying.
Huh?
I would still give that one
Yeah.
a shit. I don't think it's that great either. I just don't care for it. But we do. I'm sure there'll be some movie out there I want to review, and you'll be like, I don't want to do that, and we'll get there eventually.
Oh, I think we've been there, but I've
Which
been
one was
pleasantly
that?
surprised at least. Well, or we've agreed, like the Cannibal Women of the Avocado Jungle of Death. Like my whole thing was like maybe it's like a Cannibal Jungle movie, and I was like,
That's our best video on YouTube, though. You realize that, right?
yeah, but you know what? I can only think of people's morbid fucking curiosity of what the fuck it is.
I honestly think that movie's more popular than you think it is. Like,
I don't.
I'm telling you,
I don't know.
It's a cult classic,
Oh.
as shitty as it is. Like, but it's got some funniness.
You know what's funny? James A. Janice from the Dead Meat YouTube channel recently said that he's putting out a special kill count video, and he's doing Bones. So our Bones episode might get a lot of traffic here lately because a lot of people are going to be searching for it. And I actually watched a couple reviews on that movie. Oh, the people who like that movie really fucking like that movie. I don't get it.
Yeah, we were kind of in the middle on that movie. Like, we enjoyed it, but it wasn't like a great movie. I'm not gonna go run to go watch it again.
Yeah, I don't think it's rewatchable, but I think I'm okay with having watched it
Yeah,
the first time I did. But yeah, it's just not that good.
I forgot. I
Well,
forgot. I think
ladies
I
and
think he gave that
gentlemen,
like a 6.
yeah, I think we were
Yeah,
just a little bit above average on
yeah.
that.
I think he gave it a 6. I'm not sure.
We should keep track of our
I know.
scores. Like, have a list of our movies, and then you and me and what we gave it, so we can at least reference
Of
it
all,
at a
of all the
future
things I
point.
have like spreadsheets and written down and movie lists, we don't have like a score list.
I know that's so weird.
I never did that.
Because think about it, we should have a Grindhouse rating for movies so people could just look at the rating and say, oh, well, Grindhouse thought it
Yeah.
was blah, 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 In time. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we will get
I
there.
mean, that could even be like a Discord thing. Like, list all the movies and have our ratings after it. It would fit like a
Yeah.
Discord channel.
Yeah. Its own special link people can go into and check it out. And yeah. But other than that, my name is Gray.
I'm Wolfman, and
Make sure you check
yeah.
out the Patreon. Always, I was bad about announcing it before. I got to make sure we get people on there. We have a lot more content coming out exclusively to Patreon and early access, and we have merch coming.
Well,
So
we have 4
if
serial
you're
killer
interested,
videos alone out there now that are not on YouTube. So
yep,
it's only
yep,
growing. So
got great reception on it. We just did an Albert Fish video. If you guys aren't familiar, fucking sign up for Patreon just for that. Like literally,
yeah, and I think we
it's crazy.
might get our first extended coverage video for Patreon exclusive. We were talking about that today. We're talking about
Yep.
doing some extras for Dusk Till Dawn in case anyone's interested in that. That'll be on Patreon when we do it. Hopefully that'll come out in the
Yep.
next couple weeks. We got some other stuff ready to get going. So
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Whatever you pay a month, 3, 5, 10, 20, whatever you pay, it's definitely worth doing it. Because it also goes right back to the channel and we can put out better content for you guys. Well,
that wraps it up.
I'm out of here. See you guys.